Tales of Xillia is the only role-playing game I finished knowing that I would not be satisfied in the end. I was right on many occasions. The last Tales I played was home on the GameCube, as well as the hearts of many Nintendo fans, in the form of Symphonia.
Fond of it. It has a certain kind of serenity. When I meditate there, it feels like my power is concentrated.
Let me reiterate that while these two games may have the same Tales title, Symphonia is still a much better game. Let's not even talk about the unrewarding ending the game gives you after 30 hours of gameplay.
Come on, relax. Nia Kara isn't going anywhere, right?
The game is about two playable characters in medical student Jude Mathis and the spiritual deity in Mila Maxwell. The setting is Rize Maxia, a world where both humans and spirits dwell with one another, protected by the Lords of Spirits herself in Maxwell.
In Rize Maxia, where hope springs eternal. The spirits have the power to bring man's wishes to fruition.
These two characters meet up in a laboratory to find misuse of magic in many local experiments. The cycle of man and spirits has finally become broken. They are joined by a varied cast to seek out mystery and abuse of power in their long journey ahead. To be honest, it really is the same plot you see in many Japanese RPGs nowadays. It's easy to explain what the story is about in the beginning, but it gets confusing the closer you get to finishing the game. Nevertheless, there are a lot of worlds to explore and cities to venture in the world of Rize Maxia. For one, the combat is great unless you roam around the battlefield, but it is not that deep, sometimes feeling like you are mashing buttons until you defeat all the enemies on screen. Though there are different elements that give way to weaknesses of the many foes that will challenge your team along the way. What does make the system work are the customizable options you get on screen. You can change characters, link them up, and even set up strategies so the AI can do the rest of the work. You will need a familiar grasp of these mechanics, as well as each of the characters' own abilities to get past the boss battles, which are one of the better moments of the game because of its difficulty. Grinding before a boss fight is a must. If you have difficulty training, there are always shops all over the place to rest up, and as a Tales staple, buying food for the journey in store. You can never go to a battle on an empty stomach.
Dad, it's good. I quite enjoy ingesting calories with you. Humans should...
For other options aside from the journey, there are sub-events you can partake on to gain more money and items, as requested by the local townsfolk. These usually consist of fighting a difficult monster, but the items you get for completing the quest can be rewarding.
No better training than an actual battle.
The graphics, meanwhile, is a hit and miss, but the artistic style comes through within the production. Some of the environments are filled with lots of details and vibrant colors that creates a scenery. The character animations, on the other hand, are quite below average. Whenever there is a cutscene with some form of dialogue thrown in, there is a wait period for the characters to react as to what they are seeing. It is very awkward and incoherent when they take a pause after something tragic happens.
Hey, is she okay?
At least the voice acting is somewhat decent.
Around here. Wow, look how juicy they are.
Is that so?
They look like they're at the peak of ripeness. Sweet with just a hint of tartness.
That's
Personally, one of the best things about Tales, in general, are the English dialogue translations. They are funny, witty, and surprisingly modern. And I'm not talking about the dialogue within the main storyline. It's the small events you see after a battle, or when you press select on your controller. Whomever created these scripts is a genius to the development of the characters and their likability. Here are a few examples.
What a beautiful view. I bet if I yelled really loud, it would echo back.
So why not try it? You gotta do things like that while you're still young. When you get to be my age, it can get a little embarrassing.
Yeah, alright, why not? Echo!
Echo, 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 echo.
Alvin!
Alvin, 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 Alvin.
And what you're doing now isn't embarrassing?
A little, a little, a little.
But unfortunately, that's pretty much where it ends.
She's something, alright.
It was quite a treat when Tales of Xillia was going to be localized in the US, 2 years after its initial release. While it contains the basics to what makes a great role-playing game, with a game system that is quite customizable, it was frustrating in delivering that experience. The storyline itself goes all over the place, and it's hard to keep track of what is going on for the average gamer.
To make me angry!
The visuals for this title in 2015 can already be a turn-off for those looking for more realistic graphics. And if you want to invest in the story, prepare to be disappointed.
So, those people, they're in your way?
Hey! What? Ah! What in the world?
This game will be a great addition to your collection if you are a hardcore JRPG fan. But as for me, I'm just hoping for a better sequel in Tales of Xillia 2. For that, I will give Tales of Xillia a 7.5 out of 10.